Today, I noticed an ad, a brand new spanking ad from the HRC, aka the Human Rights Campaign. They, of course, have endorsed Hillary Clinton's, but, gosh, go ahead, just take a look.
My 5-year-old knows there's a difference between boys and girls. And yet modern leftists can't figure that out.
I don't want my daughters taking showers with little boys.
How about we have a transgender bathroom? It is not fair for them to make everybody else uncomfortable.
Things like gender equality in restrooms. You've seen some local districts and others been forced to, provide girls access to a boys' bathroom.
Deal with the transgender thing somewhere else. But, I like the old, don't ask, don't tell philosophy. Give me a break.
If you listen to all the Republican candidates, they are all on the record to turn back the rights of Americans. We've got to address the growing crisis of transphobic violence, and we need to say with one voice that transgender people are valued, they are loved, they are us. They deserve to be treated fairly and equally.
So there it is. There's only one candidate that is supporting trans issues or just in general LGBT issues. So, of course, I have a huge problem with this because it ignores what's going on right now. They're still in the Democratic primary. The ad focuses on Republicans versus Hillary to, in some ways, insinuate that the Democratic primary is over. It's not over. We got till July, and you're telling me there's only one candidate who backs LGBT issues? Sorry, that's a bunch of bullshit, and you know it. Hillary Clinton didn't back LGBT issues until 2013 when it was politically convenient for her to back those issues. She spent most of the time saying marriage is a sacred bond between man and a woman, to quote her. To say that Bernie Sanders, who is still running Human Rights Campaign, he's still there. To say he's not another candidate who backs the LGBT community is a bunch of bullshit. He's been backing it since the 80s, when it was not okay to back it. Back when he was a first-term mayor, and he passed LGBT Pride Day in Burlington, Vermont. He's been for civil union. Granted, that's not marriage, but at least he was for civil unions, whereas Hillary Clinton was against it altogether. She was still against it in one of her emails that the State Department has leaked out, where she said, who decided it was, and I'm paraphrasing, who decided it was okay to refer to this as a family, essentially. You, Human Rights Campaign, even gave her an 89% rating and gave Bernie a 100. And that was before you endorsed Hillary Clinton.
No, I think it's pretty hilarious that I love how people can make these arguments and make these assumptions when they don't even talk to Bernie Sanders. They don't even really talk about Bernie Sanders. They act like he's not even there. They don't compare, which is what the Human Rights Campaign should have done, is compare his history to her history and show actual facts. Yeah, anyone can sound like they back the LGBT community with one fell quote. What you cannot falsify and what you cannot change is the actual history of those people, is looking back into what they actually stated about that community in general. She never even talked about the LGBT community until 2013 whatsoever, unless it was in a semi-negative light where she was either doing a political spin to where she could pivot to another point where she didn't have to talk about it, or stating that, oh, well, That's just not what the norm is right now, so that's not what I necessarily condone. Again, a very political response. That's what annoys me about Hillary Clinton. She's not a person at this point. I think it's funny that most people iterate her as an automaton. She says the best thing that she can say politically and then pivots to something else to get your mind off of the actual topic and the actual question that you just presented her. So to say that she, she's first off the only one fighting as a Democrat for LGBT rights does a disservice to the fact that we are still in the primaries and there are still a candidate to be chosen out of her and Bernie. And then on top of that, to just state that she's the only one who cares about these rights in general. Now, when it comes to the Republicans, it's semi-understandable, but even nowadays, Republicans don't exactly just wave off LGBT rights. They even state that, okay, yeah, they deserve some rights. Should they be able to get married or should they be able to adopt children? That's debatable. But they are citizens in this country and they do deserve the same rights as other people. So this ad is just a far-reaching, no matter whether it's on the Democratic side or whether it was for the actual general election against a Democrat versus Republican. So I just wish people would stop doing themselves a disservice and stop doing the American people a disservice by not showing them the actual facts and by not actually showing them what's really going on in the world.
This is infuriating to me because this ad comes after the backlash that the Human Rights Campaign received after endorsing Hillary Clinton, where their Facebook review went from a 4.8 star rating to it's now at a 1.5. And if you don't think they're getting backlash after this ridiculous video, you'd be fooling yourself. This is a bunch of, and honestly, the best word and the only word I can come up with is bullshit. It's politically convenient for her to support LGBT rights. It really is. It's just like, it's convenient for her, and after her victory after South Carolina,
I was just gonna say that, yeah,
to name a lot of the black victims' mothers, because those states were coming up, and then after that, in her Super Tuesday speech, she named the Rust Belt because those states are coming up.
But when she's actually presented with these people, when a girl comes up to one of her rallies, when she's actually speaking to some of her constituents and states that I am not a super predator, you stated that black people are super predators, and you and your husband's policies sent more black men to jail than have ever been sent in history. What did she do? All right, honey, please be quiet. Please hush. Please shut up. Are you gonna be quiet and let me tell you what I actually stated, or are you just gonna continue to yell at me? Yeah, please. Okay, go on about your business. And then when she says she's gonna talk about it, what does she do? After that girl is escorted out, turns back to the crowd and starts talking about something that has nothing to do with that.
No. Even more damning is once the girl is escorted, she says, now back to the issues.
Right? And completely ignores this girl.
She does not care about you people. She doesn't. It's convenient for her to because she wants the power. She needs it. She's sick of Bill bragging about, oh, you remember that time I was president? She's sick of hearing it. So she wants to be president now. So Bill has nothing to brag about. She doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't. She only cares about herself. And if it's convenient for her, if it helps her numbers, she's going to bring you up. But once she's in that power, once she has that position, she's not going to do a damn thing. Just like Obama didn't really do much for gay people. He didn't. He
put their colors up on the White House. That's about as much as
he repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Cool.
The Supreme Court did more than he did.
Exactly. And Hillary Clinton wants to build on that legacy. She believes in incremental change. So if you think that she's going to fight vigorously for you, when she believes in incremental change, and she believes in pragmatism, guess what? You're fooling yourself. Because she's not going to go up to bat. She's not going to stand on a line with a firing squad pointed at her, fighting for you. She's not going to. She can give a damn about you, especially if you don't give her your vote.